Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Coffee with Carl. I'm your host, Carl Zoellner. I'm one of the attorneys here with Anderson Business Advisors, and today we're going to talk a little bit about insurance. There's always lots of questions involving insurance, especially when we're talking about land trusts, how to insure if you have properties, how do you insure your properties with a land trust. And quite frankly, this is one of the more complicated and uncomfortable questions I get because realistically, there's not a clean-cut answer. So when we look at insurance, and by the way, this is going to be a little bit of a short video. When we look at insurance, the general rule of thumb is you name the primary insured on who is the title owner of the property. So when we have a land trust, we have a property titled in the name of a trust, listing a trustee. So what you look at is usually the land trust itself is the primary insured, and then you would list additional, whether it's the beneficiary LLC, the individual. This is where some of the variation comes in depending on your insurance company. So, like I say, rule of thumb is normally the titled owner is the insured on the property. However, you have to work with your insurance company to be able to make sure that your properties are insured adequately. And if not, if you're an Anderson client, we do have some referrals out there that know how to work with land trusts. But this, like I said, this is sort of the complex one because it's not a clean-cut answer between every insurance company. And the answers can vary widely depending on your insurance agent and their experience with land trusts. So, break it down one more time just so we can sort of hit the beats here. So normally, rule of thumb, titled owner is the insured on the property, okay, or primary insured. Then you can list additional. However, with the land trust, there's some complexity there because not all insurance companies, number one, work with land trusts. Number two, they may not understand them, so it makes it harder for them to insure, or they don't understand the circumstance. So you may need to shop insurance companies if land trusts are a significant portion of your investment portfolio or you have multiple properties in them. Okay, like I said, if you're an Anderson client, we do have some insurance companies we work with that do know how to work with land trusts, so we'll be happy to refer you over there. Otherwise, like I said, it's one of those ones you're going to have to sort of wade through to make sure you find a good solution. Most times you can, but like I say, this is a tough one for us because it's not as simple and clear cut as if X, then Y. It takes some working with the insurance company to get you situated there. So, like I said, this is going to be a short video. So thank you all again for joining me for another episode of Coffee with Carl. As always, please take advantage of all of our free content out there. I think I shouted out the partners on the last one, so I'll shout out a colleague of mine on this one to take a look at. If you haven't looked at her videos yet, there's good episodes of Tony Talks that are out there where she groups a group of professionals that works at Anderson, and they go through and answer some questions as well. So like I said, keep taking advantage of all the free stuff out there, including Coffee with Carl. Always love seeing you here on the video. So until next time, we will catch you on the next episode, and happy investing to y'all. Thanks.